So when it comes to getting cashback rewards for all of your gas station purchases, some of you guys in the credit card community know that the previous king or the most common card that people would get for gas cashback was the Ducks Unlimited card from First Bank of Omaha. And unfortunately, they realized that this card was too good. It offered a massive 5% cashback on all gas purchases with no annual spending cap. And so people were taking advantage of this card and racking up thousands of dollars worth of spend on this card and getting 5% back. Gas and groceries is one of those two categories that are really easy to exploit. Maybe you're an independent trucker, a farmer, or you just drive for Uber and Lyft. For whatever reason, these folks were putting on massive amounts of spend on this gas card, and they just had to do something about it. So in order to stop losing a bunch of money on this Ducks Unlimited card, First Bank recently retooled this credit card, and now it offers a flat 1.5% cashback on all purchases, which makes it, honestly, a pretty terrible card. I mean, even just a simple credit card like the Citibank Double Cash, which is not the best 2% cashback card on the market, but it is probably the most universally known. So something like that easily beats this Ducks Unlimited card in its new version. So what then are we going to do for all of our gas purchases? What is the new king as far as the best gas credit card on the market? So I think we can all agree that something like the Citibank Double Cash with a flat 2% is sort of the baseline. So we want to look for 3% or higher when it comes to these individual categories. But not all 3% cards are the same. So I'm not going to mention every single card that beats the norm. I'm only going to mention the cards that I think stand out in their particular categories. So for instance, while you can get something like the Chase Freedom or the Discover It card, you know, the ones with the 5% rotating categories, I'm not a big fan of those cards. The more credit cards you get, and the more individual, you know, you use this one for gas and this one for groceries and this one for dining, it becomes really hard to keep track of everything, especially when you start having multiple rotating 5% categories. Which card do I need for which category during which quarter? It's just too confusing. And on top of that, then you got to remember to actually log into the website, hit that activate button, in order to actually get that 5%, otherwise you're only getting 1%. And speaking of hitting that activate button, if you find this video useful, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. So instead of talking about those cards with the 5% rotating categories or just all of the miscellaneous 3% categories or above, we're just going to talk about the best in class. So the first card that makes this list, and it's one that I've talked about before, it's just an all-around stud. It's the Wells Fargo Propel card from American Express. Now, the Propel card is not the absolute best at any one particular thing. It's just sort of a jack of all trades. It's just a solid all-around credit card that most anyone can take advantage of. So this card is going to offer 3% cashback on all gas purchases, 3% on travel, so that's airlines, hotel stays, car rentals, all that stuff, 3% on dining, and 3% on streaming services. About the only category that it's missing to make it the perfect credit card would be groceries. In addition, this card offers a 20,000 point sign-up bonus when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. Those 20,000 points are basically $200 if you redeem for cash back. And the reason I mention this particular card as a 3% category as opposed to some of the other cards is because it's just an all-around good credit card with the large number of 3% multipliers. So if you're somebody that likes to have only one credit card in your wallet, the Wells Fargo Propel card would be a strong contender, or maybe just a flat 2% card like the Citi Double Cash, depending on your spending habits. But the card gets even better if you pair it with another credit card from Wells Fargo, the Wells Fargo Signature credit card. Now, overall, I'm not a huge fan of the Signature credit card by itself, but it does have one very redeeming quality to it. So, unlike a lot of credit cards, it does not have a sign-up bonus attached to the Signature card, but during the first 6 months you do get a massive 5% cash back on a variety of different categories, including gas. So during those first 6 months, you could use it as your gas card. But why I like the signature card is that all of your Wells Fargo points that you're accumulating are worth 1.5 times more when redeemed for travel if you have this Wells Fargo signature card. So that means during your first 6 months and you're spending this 5% on gas with the Wells Fargo signature card, if you redeem it for travel, that means you're getting 1.5 times the value, which makes it an effective 7.5% cash back, assuming that you're redeeming these points for travel instead of actual cash back. And the same thing goes for the Wells Fargo Propel card. That card got 3% for gas and 3% for a wide variety of other categories. But if you pair it up with the signature card and get that 50% bonus, that means you're essentially getting 4.5% back when redeemed for travel on all of these categories for the Wells Fargo Propel card. So that's pretty good. Next up on this list is going to be the Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card. Now, this card has about a $200 sign-up bonus for $1,000 in spend in the first 3 months. Now, this card has 2% in groceries, 2% in Whole Foods, and 3% in the category of your choice. So if you wanted, you could just simply choose gas as your category of choice and get this 3% back. And one of the nice things about this card is you can change this 3% category on a monthly basis. So if you expect a big purchase in something else, then you can swap over for that particular month and then hop back over to gas. But where this card starts to be really good is if you actually have a little bit of money invested with Bank of America. So based on the amount of money that you have invested with Bank of America or Merrill Investments, then you're going to get up to a 75% bonus on this cash back. So the way it works is it's broken down into 3 tiers. And if you have $25,000 or more invested with Bank of America combined, then you qualify for the first tier in status and you're going to get 25% cash back. So that 3% cash back for gas now suddenly turns into 3.75%. And if you have $50,000 or more invested, then you qualify for the next bump up, 50%. So now you're getting a grand total of 4.5% cash back on gas. And then if you're a baller and you got over $100,000 in your investment accounts with Merrill Lynch and Bank of America, then you're going to get 0.75% back. So that 3% then turns into 5.25% back, which at that point is the highest rewards possible out of any credit card on the market. So this card might be situationally good depending on how much money you have and if that money is actually invested with Bank of America or Merrill, as opposed to any of the other accounts, maybe Charles Schwab, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, etc. The Verizon Visa credit card offers a massive 4% unlimited spend in gas, groceries, 3% for dining, 2% on your Verizon bill, and 1% for everything else. So that does have some pretty insane multipliers. The downside is you have to be a Verizon customer and you're not getting straight cash back, you're getting Verizon dollars, which is pretty much the same thing, but it means that now you're even more locked into your cell phone provider's contract or terms of service, because if you switch to a different cell phone provider, then this credit card suddenly becomes useless. So it may be a good choice if you're really a big fanboy of Verizon, but otherwise it's probably not going to be worth it. Up next, we have the PNC Cash Rewards credit card from PNC Bank. And PNC Bank is a smaller bank, so not a lot of people know about this credit card. But it offers about $100 in sign-up bonus for $1,000 in spend in the first 3 months, as well as a good, solid 4% cash back on all gas purchases, 2% for grocery, 3% for dining, as well as 1% for everything else. Now those are some pretty decent multipliers, so what's the catch? Well, the catch is you're only going to get these increased multipliers on the first $8,000 in total spend every year. So if you're using this credit card for a little bit of everything, if you're putting your gas, groceries, and dining habits all on this one credit card, then you're going to fill up that $8,000 relatively quickly, at least for most people, and then after that you're just getting that flat 1% cash back on everything. So if you are going to get this credit card, I might suggest using this credit card exclusively for the gas side of things. That way you have a full $8,000 at 4% for gas purchases. And then use a different credit card for your groceries and dining habits. That brings us to the Citi Costco Anywhere credit card. Now, this card is going to offer 4% cash back on gas purchases up to $7,000 a year, as well as 3% for travel, 3% for airlines, 2% for Costco purchases, and 3% for dining. Now, this card is technically a no annual fee credit card, but you do have to be a Costco membership, so that's sort of an indirect annual fee. It does make sense if you are already purchasing stuff at Costco and you already have a Costco membership, but I think the cheapest Costco membership is about $60 a year. So getting this credit card and getting a Costco membership just so that you can get this credit card is probably not worth it. But for those of you guys that do shop at Costco, it's definitely going to be a good choice. And not to be outdone, Sam's Club has also came out with their version of the credit card. And their version offers 5% cash back on gas purchases up to $6,000 per year, as well as 3% in travel and 3% for dining. So with this card, the same rules apply. It's technically a no annual fee credit card, but you do have to have a Sam's Club membership. So once again, it only makes sense if you already have a Sam's Club membership and are going to be doing your shopping there. I think the cheapest Sam's Club membership is about $45 a year, so that's sort of an indirect annual fee. If you're a member of our armed services, you are probably aware of USAA, and they have a few credit cards as well. And unfortunately, if you're not military, it's almost impossible to join USAA. You have to be basically related to somebody that's in the military or retired from the military. This is not a company that you can just easily join. But if you are a member of USAA, this credit card offers a massive 5% cash back on all gas purchases, 5% cash back on all purchases made at a military installation. So things like the commissary, the BX, the shopette, the Class 6, all that stuff, as well as 2% in groceries. Now the catch to this is that you're only getting these multipliers up to the first $3,000 in spend per year. And so $3,000 is going to run out pretty quickly. So if you were going to get this credit card, I would actually recommend getting the 5% and using that for more of like your purchases on base, maybe getting your uniforms done or the commissary, Class 6, etc. And then get a different card for gas, because you're just going to blow through that $3,000 very, very fast. But if you are military, then thankfully you also have access to the Fort Knox Platinum Visa card. Now, if you're military, this is going to be one of the better cards out there. This card offers 5% cash back on all gas purchases with no annual spending caps. So this is one of the rare cards that doesn't have a cap, and it gives that big 5% bonus. So in order to apply for this card, you do have to join the Fort Knox Credit Union, and you can do that through a variety of different ways. The easiest is if you live or work in and around the Fort Knox area. Otherwise, you can also join this credit union if you are active duty military, Guard, Reserve, or retired military or civil contractor. So for those of you guys that qualify for it, I would probably recommend this card if you're looking just simply for a gas credit card. That's about all this card is good for. It doesn't have all of these extra spending categories. But if you're looking for just one credit card to put all of your gas purchases on, then this 5% unlimited spending card from Fort Knox is going to be a clear-cut winner if you can qualify for it. Up next, we have the L&N Platinum Cashback Rewards Visa card. Now, once again, this is another credit union, and L&N is based out of the Louisville area, so the easiest way to qualify is if you live and work out of the Louisville area. This card also offers an unlimited 5% cash back in gas purchases. It doesn't offer any other bonus categories, so you're just going to get a straight 1% cash back on everything else. But unlike the Fort Knox credit card, this card does have a very small sign-up bonus. So with this card, you're going to get $50 in cash back for spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. A $50 sign-up bonus is nothing to jump up and down about, but it's better than nothing. So as with most credit unions, you actually have to apply and join this credit union in order to get their credit card. And in order to join this Louisville, this LNN credit union, you have to live, work, or attend school in and around the Louisville area. And how do they verify that you live, work, or attend school in and around the Louisville area? Well, they don't. Now, I would never recommend that you list any alternative facts when you're applying for a credit card. You can simply do with that information what you will. And then we also have the PenFed Platinum's Rewards card. Now, PenFed is another credit union. Usually it's open for military folks, but anyone can join this credit union by opening a savings account and depositing at least $5 into this account. Now, this credit card does have a $100 sign-up bonus if you spend $1,500 in the first 3 months. So if you're going to do that $5 deposit, just think of this card as a $95 sign-up bonus for $1,500 in spend. After that, you're going to get 5x points on all gas, 3x on groceries, and 1 for everything else. And these points are unlimited, so there's no annual spending cap or anything like that. But the only problem with these PenFed points is they're a little bit difficult to redeem. They do have some halfway decent options for gift cards and things like that for travel or hotel stays, but it's not as user-friendly as some of these other redemption programs are. And so that's why they kind of get knocked down a little bit on this list if you're looking for that ease of use. So you're definitely going to be able to make use of these points. It just may not be for the optimal prime thing that you are wanting to do with these points. And the last card I'll mention, and I don't necessarily recommend doing this, but some of you guys out there like to get creative in all of your credit card activities, and that's going to be the Chase Inc. Business Credit Card. Now, this is only going to be for those of you guys that feel confident in getting and applying for a business credit card, which is actually very, very easy. It's not like you have to do anything ridiculously over the top in order to get a business credit card. So this card is going to offer 5% at office supply stores up to $25,000 per year in spend. So what I've seen people do is go to these office supply stores and then get gift cards for different gas stations. That way they get this 5% cash back for pretty much everything. So you can get not only the gas gift cards, but you can also get different restaurants or Walmart and stuff like that. So it's just sort of an all-around 5% credit card. So if that's something you're interested in, then by all means, go for it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it because it means that I basically have to prepay for all of my gas and all of my other expenses by paying this money up front for a gift card and then eventually taking that gift card and using it at a gas station. In addition, that means that I have to go to a particular gas station as opposed to just any random gas station that I see on the road, because this is the only gas station that I have this gift card for. But for those of you guys out there that like to take the extra time and effort to game the system and get 5% cash back on pretty much anything that you can imagine via these gift cards, then something like the Chase Inc. business card, it could be an option for you. So to recap, if you're looking for simplicity, I would go with the Wells Fargo Propel card with 3% or 4.5% for travel if paired with the Wells Fargo Signature card. The Bank of America card is a good option. It can actually get you 5.25% if you have at least $100,000 or more with Bank of America or Merrill. So that's going to be the highest rate of return, but you got to have 100 G's sitting around. For most people, the PNC card at a straight 4% cash back is going to be a pretty fantastic option. Maybe the Verizon card if you are already a Verizon customer. Costco or Sam's Club if you're already a member of one of those particular organizations. The USA card offers 5% for the first $3,000, or the Fort Knox credit card offers an unlimited 5% if you're military. And then of course the Chase Inc. business if you're just interested in spending a little extra time and effort to game the system by going that extra step and using these gift cards. So that's going to wrap it up for us today, folks. If you found this information useful, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below. It's free and it's a great way to help channels like these grow. And as always, I'll see you all again next time. Thanks.